If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Redskin guy, Phil.
No, not a Redskin guy at all.
Guy. You got your 5 minutes. Go ahead, bud.
All right, thanks. And I also work for the Ravens, too, so, I mean, I'm a Raven through and through. But, yeah, like Nestor said earlier on, the NFL schedule will be released tonight at 7 o'clock. I'm going to be watching it on the NFL.com because I won't be in front of a TV. But what I really want to look for this year is how the NFL schedules us against the tougher teams. I'll get back to that in a second, but just to start off, we know who the Ravens will be facing this year. They're facing at home. They have the AFC North teams coming to town. Obviously, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. We also have Chicago, Detroit, Denver, Kansas City, and of course our old quote-unquote friends, the Indianapolis Colts, coming into town as well. And on the road, we go to the 3 AFC North teams: Green Bay, Minnesota, San Diego, Oakland, and New England. Now, like I said a second ago, I'm interested to watch the schedule unveiling tonight to see how the NFL schedules us against the tough teams, because they always seem to screw us over when we play difficult teams. For example, can anybody out there remember the last time we played Pittsburgh at a time that wasn't, quote-unquote, selected for national TV? The correct answer was it was back in December 24th of 2006, the last time we played Pittsburgh in a 1 p.m. game at Heinz Field, and we won 31-7. And since that date, we've played the Steelers 5 times, and the national TV 4:15, 8:15, 8:30 time slots, and we've only won one of those 5 games, including last year's playoff game. The only time we won that time was when we won 27-21 back in December 30th, 2007. And also, it's a well-known fact that the NFL wanted the Ravens to open up on Thursday, September 10th of this year against the Pittsburgh Steelers at Heinz Field in another primetime matchup, but the Ravens brass decided that they did not want to play that game, and they formed the NFL as such. And of course, we've gotten some flack from people all around the nation. I've heard it from some of my Steeler friends across the nation as well. But I mean, all we want is a little parity when we play the Steelers. And obviously, the Steelers rarely come here to play a primetime game. They always seem to be at 4:15 or 1 o'clock when they come to Baltimore, except for the game last year where they controversially won. But other than that, it's always us going to Heinz Field to play primetime. And I am not really a fan of that. But I bet what the NFL is going to do is schedule the game late in the season during the time when NBC can flex schedule the game. So that way, NBC will probably put the game on at prime time. We'll end up playing at Heinz Field in prime time anyways, because the NFL likes to screw us over like that. Another thing that really angers me about our schedule this year is that the fact we have to go to San Diego yet again. We've played the Chargers 6 times already. This year will be the 7th time. And out of those 7 times we've played San Diego, 5 times have been in California. And seeing as though the NFL these days wants to be all about parity, I kind of find that to be going against the NFL's love of parity. I think that's kind of contradictory in my opinion. I'd like to see the Chargers come here a little more often. I don't know why, but we seem to play the Colts or the Patriots or both of those teams every single year. Another thing that the NFL likes to do to us is they like to lump all the tough teams in our schedule together. Last season, during weeks 4 through 6, we played at Pittsburgh, home to Tennessee, and at Indianapolis very early in the season. And we lost all 3 of those games. And then later in the season, we played Pittsburgh here, which we controversially lost, and we went to Dallas because Jerry Jones wanted to schedule us late in the season because he thought we would be an easy team to play. How did that turn out for you, Jerry Jones? In 2007, we played at San Diego, and then we were home against the Patriots and Colts as well in a 3-game stretch in late November, early December, which I said during that time would make and break our season, but we didn't have the greatest of seasons in 07. Anyways, another thing that the NFL likes to screw us with as far as the schedule is our opening game. The last 5 of the last 7 seasons we've opened up on the road. If you contrast that with Cleveland Browns, ever since the Browns have been back in the NFL in 1999, they started every single season opener at home. I don't know why that is, but they started every game at home since 1999. This is the 11th season they're going to start this season at home probably. And Pittsburgh has started 6 of the last 7 seasons at home. So I don't know what's going on there with the NFL, but it's whatever. All right, and I also want to talk real brief about the Orioles. It was great to see them win 10-9 last night. We're 5-2 in the season. I was really happy to see the word Baltimore emblazoned across the front of the jersey because I've never experienced a jersey with the word Baltimore being in front of the jersey, so that was also cool to see. I'm glad that we're off to a good start. I see some encouraging signs from our team right now. We're hitting a combined. We're hitting very well. We're hitting a combined 3 of 3 as a team. Brian Roberts is doing 414 right now. Nick Markakis is 370. Adam Jones 357. The pitching staff is getting in the 5th and 6th consistently, and that's also really good to see. But I'd like to see some improvements as far as the power, because we've only hit 5 home runs so far in our 7 games, and the pitching staff has a combined ERA of 6.14. So I'd like to see the power and the pitching improve. And that's all my 5 minutes. Thank you very much.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.